Hello, friends. You're watching English with D, the channel with no jargon, only useful information. Our reading trick videos were really appreciated by you guys, and judging by the feedback, those reading tricks videos have really helped you to improve your attempt in reading by managing time using our techniques. To help you further in this regard, we have prepared another video on reading tricks on how to attempt questions without reading the passage. Before we begin, if you are a new viewer, then please subscribe to our channel so that you do not miss out on excellent lessons that others users are benefiting from, and needless to say, like and share this video as much as possible. So let's get started. First, let's have a look at the example we are going to solve today without reading the passage. In the example, there are 5 question statements and 7 answer options. We have to find the right option for each question statement, and we will try to do this without reading the passage and using logic and common sense only. There is one very important thing to notice. In all the statements, the main subjects are persons or people. So whenever there is such statement in which the main subject is a person, always try to put yourself in that position or imagine yourself as that person, and then think that if what is said in the statement is happening to you, then what will you do? It will give you a clear thinking process and a better logical answer. In the first statement, the main subjects are employees who work for their employers. Now, in the statement, it is said that the values of employees and employers match, which means both employees and employers have a friendly or cordial relationship. And when an employee has good relationship with his employer, it is obviously good for him and will result in positive things. So we have to look for options which are good or positive for employees. Only 2 such options are there. First is D, that is, employees get promotion, and second is G, that is, employees remain in their jobs, which makes sense because if employee is happy, then he will not leave his job, and if employer is happy with the employee, he will not fire the employee. Now, out of D and G, G makes more sense because the question is a general statement covering all the employees who have good relationship with their employer, and obviously not all the employees can get promotion at the same time by making their employer happy. So we would write G as the answer for question 1. Now, in the second statement, it is said that when things change, then what do people generally do? As we discussed earlier, place yourself in this position. Now, for you, suddenly there is some change or things are changing. And we all know that humans generally are not comfortable with change because we are a creature of habits and we love to live in a comfort zone with our daily habits. Now, when things change, we get nervous or afraid, and when we get nervous or afraid, we like to play safe, which means we like to take paths or decisions which are less dangerous or risky. Now, applying this logic, only one option fits as our answer, and that is option E. So, whenever there is sudden change in our lives, we like to avoid risk, which is absolutely true. Now, moving to question number 3. In this statement, it is said that if people are aware what they might lose, then what will they do? Now, again, put yourself in this position. Let's assume you have a decision to make. Now, the biggest hurdle in taking a decision is not knowing its outcome. That is, we do not know what will happen if we take this decision. But in the statement, it is given that we know that if we take a decision, then we are aware of the things that we might lose. Hence, to some extent, we are aware of the outcome of the decision. Now, if you already know what will happen if you do something, then obviously you will make more bold and informed decisions. In other words, you will be more willing to take chance. Just to explain, let's say you know that in a horse race, horse number 4 has a great chance of winning before the race. So obviously you will be more comfortable taking a chance and putting your money on horse number 4. The same logic applies here since you are aware beforehand that what you can lose, you will be more willing to take chance. Hence, for question number 3, our answer should be option A, take chances. In question number 4, it is said that if people are working under a dominant boss, then what will they do? Now, a dominant boss is one who is very strict, not much friendly, and likes to take control of things and his employees, which means the relationship between boss and employees is not good and the environment in the office is not healthy. Again, applying our methodology, imagine yourself as an employee who has a very bad boss. Obviously, you will not like to work in such environment and you will not be motivated to take up any responsibility. Now, applying all the arguments that we have discussed, try to guess which options make the most sense. And I'm sure you all have guessed the right option, which is option F. That is to ignore your duties, which fits logically with our question statement in which the working atmosphere is absolutely negative in the office because of a bad boss. In our last question, again, the main subject are employees. In this statement, it is said that employees are working in a company where there are few rules. Then what will they do? Now, if in an organization there are few rules, that means there is lot of freedom given to employees. If freedom is given to employees, then they can make their own decisions which matches with option A, that is, they can take chances by making their own decisions. Also, if the office environment is free, then employees can freely communicate and exchange information with each other, which matches with our option B, that is, they can share their ideas easily. Hence, for last question, we have two possible options, A and B. Now, here you have two choices to make. Either go with option B, or if you want to play safe, then you can choose option A for both questions 3 and 5. This way you are sure that at least one is correct out of 3 and 5. Now, this is how our answers look like. And remember, we did all this without reading the passage. Now, let's have a look at the actual answers. As you can see that if you had followed our methodology, then you would have got at least 4 out of 5 answers right, and that too without reading a single line from the passage. So guys, this was another great lesson on how to remove the problem of time management in IELTS reading by trying to solve questions without reading the passage. We know you absolutely love this video, so like